All right, the first thing I want you to do is stand on your mat and separate your feet just a little bit. So stand maybe feet about hip distance apart. Okay, we're going to start with tadasana, basic, essential standing pose, okay, foundational standing pose. So first here, stand up straight, and then take your mind to the bottoms of your feet and just feel how your feet are touching the ground. Okay, this may be something you take for granted, so just spend a moment with this. And now lean a little bit forward, and as you lean forward, feel how the weight shifts towards your toes. So then observe that touch. Okay, shift your weight a little bit back. Feel how the weight goes towards the heel side of your foot, and then come back to the center. Okay, now similarly shift yourself to the right, just slightly, and as you go to the right, feel how you're on the outer edge of one foot, inner edge of the other foot. Okay, and now second side, go to the left, outer edge of your left foot and inner edge of the right foot, right, and then back to the center. Okay, so whenever we use props in Iyengar Yoga, and here the floor is a prop, it's always with a purpose, and it always gives a little bit of feedback so that you can then refine your pose. So now understanding here where you are in space, right, with your mind in the bottom of your feet here, can you center yourself both front to back, side to side, right? Absolutely find your center. Good. Okay, now from here, lift all 10 toes up, lift your toes up, spread your toes, and notice as the toes are lifted here, how alert and sensitive the bottoms of the feet become, right? Keep them lifted for a little while. Yeah, lift and spread. Okay, see if you can create an identity for each of the toe mounts, right? Big toe mount, small toe mount, press down. And then from the underside of the toes, reach forward and you can let them go down, right? But don't grip the floor with the toes, let them be soft. And as you reach the toes forward, maybe you can start to feel the other toe mounts. Okay, at the same time, be in your heels, and with your mind's eye, trace the outline of your heel. So start at the inner back corner of your heel and press down. Then follow it along to the center back point of your heel, press down, and then the outer edge of each heel and press down. Okay, so you've created for yourself like a horseshoe shape of each heel. Now that line, you've got the horseshoe, the line that would close the horseshoe shape, that's the front of the heel, or might be referred to as the neck of the heel. Right there, puff down. Press the full plate of each heel into the floor, and then lift your kneecaps, lift your thighs, lift your chest, reach down into your fingertips, and stand up tall. Tadasana. Okay, and then release. Now this is deceptively simple, tadasana, just standing straight, but as I suspect you're getting a sense here, it's quite involved. There's a lot going on. Okay, and we're just getting started. So now to further build on this, we started with the legs apart. Now you can continue to work with your legs apart if for any reason, you know, maybe balance is an issue, or if there's certain structural issues with your legs, that the legs apart feel better for you, knock knees, for example, something like that, you can. Okay, but if it all is the same, you know, if everything feels fine, then bring your legs together, and the classical presentation of Tadasana would be like this, feet together, legs together. Okay, sometimes with back issues, you might want to keep the legs apart. There are various reasons, so keep that in mind. But all things considered fine and good, you know, legs together. Okay, now let's rebuild our Tadasana from the ground up, from the foundation. So again, standing still, standing upright, lift your toes, spread your toes, shift the weight slightly back and stand on your heels. Okay, then extend the toes forward, let them go, but really press those heels down. Okay, now from here, lift your kneecaps up. Imagine that you can wear your kneecap higher up your leg. That's the sensation. Lift the kneecaps, lift the thighs up. Yes. Now, press your thighs back. Okay, move the thighs back, and from the middle of the buttocks, push forward. So, avoid letting the thighs fall forward, move them back, move the mid buttock in, and then ascend up through the front body and descend your shoulder blades. Okay, lift your chest. Tadasana. Extend strongly down through your fingers, and as if the crown of your head was attached to a hook on the ceiling there, ascend up. Descend into your heels, reach up through the crown of your head. And once again, move your thighs back, middle of the buttock forward, chest up. Not forward so much as upward. Okay, and then release. Pause here for a moment. So one other thing I want to mention about Tadasana is that Tadasana is often used in our practice, certainly as an asana, as a pose, but it's also used in between poses as an opportunity to consolidate. So you'll find that as we go through various standing poses, we'll come back to Tadasana. Yeah, so in some ways it's like always coming home, right? It's just a way to get back to yourself and absorb whatever else we've been doing in the practice. Okay, let's move onward. We're going to add now Urdhva hastasana. Okay, and Urdhva hastasana is the arm action, but the legs are in tadasana. So go ahead, stand in tadasana, incorporate everything that we've done so far. Lift your toes, spread your toes, move your thighs back, and pound those heels down. Yeah, shift the weight back. Good. Okay, lift your kneecaps, lift your thighs, lift your chest, and then find that equal and opposite, right? Move the thighs back, but at the same time resist the buttocks forward. Thighs back, buttock forward, slide the shoulder blades down your back, and ascend the chest more and more. Tadasana. Okay, now what I want you to add is this. Reach your arms out to the side. Okay, broaden your collarbones, extend into your fingers. Okay, broaden across the front body, also broaden the back body. So pretend as if someone's pulling that small finger. Yeah, and see how that brings maybe, check, a little bit of awareness to the back body as well. Now turn your palms upward, and in addition to turning the hands up, also roll your shoulders back. So essentially turn the whole arm in its socket, and then extend away even more. Now as if you're lifting something really heavy, so you're creating a bit of a resistance there. Reach your straight arms up, 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 up. That's it. Urdhva hastasana. From your wrist, lift your waist. Reach up. Okay? Rotate your upper arms so that your palms absolutely face each other. And the best way to check if this is happening is to look up and see. Right? If your hands are not quite facing, right? If they're maybe like this, then you can use your eyes, turn the upper arms, see that they're facing, lift up a little more, and then move the thumbs back, move the arms back, and absorb the back body into the front body. Open your chest. Urdhva hastasana. And then release. Lower your arms down, stand in Tadasana, breathe. and then release. Okay, good. Now just a reminder as well, if there's any discomfort, and definitely if balance is an issue, please do this work with a little bit of space between your legs. It's very effective, okay? Your choice here. Let's do Urdhva hastasana again. We're going to enter the pose in a slightly different way, okay? So stand in tadasana, lift your kneecaps, lift your thighs, move those thighs back, chest up. Okay, this time, reach your arms straight forward, straight forward. And now this is the underside of the arm, the small finger side of the arm. Extend into the small finger side of your arm, and like you're making a big circle there, reach, and now raise your arms up. That's it. Press down into your heels, reach up into your fingers, and again, look to see, are your upper arms rolling? Right? You'll know if the palms are absolutely facing each other. Okay, then the head can go level, move the arms back, chest up. Reach, reach, reach. Imagine that your arm ends not at the armpit, but way down by the waist, and lift up, lift up, lift up. Urdhva hastasana. And then release. Lower the arms down, and again, tadasana. And let go. Release. Pause. All right. Urdhva hastasana one more time with one additional focus. Okay? One of the lovely things about yoga is just the way it can focus your mind, right? We're paying attention to lots of little pieces, but at the same time, it's a consolidated whole, right? It's a practice of embodiment. Okay, so in Urdhva hastasana, when you raise your arms up, there's a lot of focus on the arms and the action of the shoulders, what's happening here. But can you keep your mind both on the leg action of tadasana and what's happening in the arms, okay? Because a lot of times, as the arms go up, the thighs sort of push forward, okay? So check that for yourself. Catch that for yourself. It's very common, right? Shift the weight back, and remember, the floor is your tool. It's your prop. Be on the heels. Feel how the feet touch. Move the thighs back, buttocks forward, and raise the arms up. And see, can you be in the legs and in the arms and fully embodied here in this Urdhva hastasana? Go for it. Heels down, fingers up, reach there. And then let go, release. Okay, let's continue to build. Each asana, each pose that we're doing is progressive, okay? Next up is a pose called, an asana called Vrksasana. And for this, if you have access to a wall, that will be handy. I'll show that way of working first. Okay, you're gonna stand fairly close to the wall here. Have the ability here to place your fingertips on the wall, but notice that my arm is straight. Okay, like this. Then start with your feet together, big toes touching, and now just separate the heels ever so slightly. Okay, shift the weight onto your left leg, turn the right foot out, turn the right knee out, externally rotate your right thigh. Okay, now keep this rotation and then raise the leg up as high up as you can onto the standing leg. Now, as soon as you do that, you'll feel the weight, right? Your foot is pushing into your thigh, and you'll probably find that your arm has bent. So immediately suck the standing leg hip into the body and resist there. So press your foot into your thigh, but resist your thigh into your foot. Okay, stabilize here. Deepen your right hip socket, externally rotate your thigh outward. Now face forward. Know where the front of your pose is here. Okay, line yourself up with the long edge of your mat and square your shoulders, square your pelvis in that direction. Press the knee back. From here, just extend your arm to the side, drop your shoulders down, lift your chest up. Once again, shift the weight to the midline and suck your left hip in. Externally rotate your right thigh out. Drop your shoulders, lift your chest. Vrksasana. Good. And then release. Lower your leg, lower your arm. Stand in tadasana. Okay, be here in this tadasana and notice what the balancing pose has done. Okay, feel the texture of your feet to the floor, right side and left. The one you were standing on, the one you weren't, and just notice if there's a bit of a difference here. Okay, then release, turn around, and let's do the second side. Okay, so again, stand, fingertips on the wall, and this time you'll be standing, you're doing your second side, you'll likely be standing on your right leg. Okay, turn your left leg out, turn the knee out, turn your thigh out, even the buttock, you can get it to descend. Now already you know where we're headed, so resist this standing leg into the body and raise the other leg up. Okay, press the foot into the thigh, but resist the thigh back into your foot. And again, turn the thigh out, roll the buttock under, extend your arm into the room. Drop your shoulder, lift your chest. Steady your gaze, and be here. Vrksasana. Okay, and then release. Lower your leg, lower your arm, and stand in tadasana. Use this time, take a few breaths in your tadasana to consolidate, to observe. Okay, let's repeat. So going again. Okay, come to where we just left off. Okay, now we're going to move into balancing here, and so that's why I said start with your big toes touching, heels slightly apart. It's just going to give you a slight advantage for when we balance, okay? Heels slightly apart. Stand on your right leg, stand on your left leg, turn the right leg out, and then come to where we left off. Immediately stand up in your left hip. Suck it in. Externally rotate your right leg out, roll the right buttock under, and reach the arm. Okay, now let's add Urdhva hastasana here to this pose. So with this arm that's extended, turn the palm up, roll your shoulder blade down your back, and now raise the straight arm up. Yes, shift the weight of the standing leg to the midline. Yes, suck that left hip in, move the right knee back, reach up into that lifted arm. Okay, now slowly start to crawl your left fingers up the wall as well. Place the back of your hand on the wall. Now slide your fingernails up, 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 up. Gaze forward, gaze a little higher than eye level, and reach so high up into those fingers and see, can you find the balance here? Okay, press on your inner left foot, suck that left hip in, rotate your right thigh out, reach into your wrists. Thumbs back, chest open. Good. And then release, lower your leg, and again, tadasana. Second side. Okay, turn yourself around, stand close to the wall here, and again, toes together, heels slightly apart to start. From here, stand on your right leg, turn the left leg out, get that external rotation already while the foot is on the floor, and then guide your foot up as high up on your leg as you can. Then immediately stand up in this standing leg, shift the weight towards the inner foot. Again, remember the feedback from the floor. You'll know, right? Can you feel the small toe side or the big toe side? Go towards the midline. Okay, and then come to where we left off. Roll that left thigh outward, left buttock, cut it down, under and forward, lift your chest, drop your shoulders. Okay, now Urdhva hastasana with the left arm, turn the palm up, even that inner elbow, lift it, roll the shoulder down, and then maintain that rotation, raise your arm up. And it's not just the arm, but the whole side body, ascend, ascend. Press the knee back, but reach up, reach up. Okay, then start to climb the second arm up the wall, back of the hand on the wall, slide up the wall, steady your gaze, and if the balance is there, reach up, reach up. Press the inner foot, inner right foot, suck that right hip in, move the left knee back, lift higher and higher through your arms. Breathe. And then release. Lower your arms, lower your leg, and stand in tadasana. Find your breath, stabilize, steady yourself, breathe. Okay, moving on now to a pose called Utthita, hasta, padasana. For this pose, we're also going to use the wall, okay? So separate your legs and stand with one foot all the way touching the wall here, okay? Take a nice big stance here, nice big stance, okay? And now roll the outside edge of your foot down right where the wall and the floor meet there, and really cut it down, okay? From this inner leg here, hit out, roll the outside edge of your foot down. That's it. Now feel what's going on there, okay? Check to see that the big toe mound is touching, so don't, in your effort to roll the foot down, don't lift it up. Big toe mound down. From the inner leg, inner thigh here, hit out, roll the outer edge of the foot down, and push the wall with your heel. Suck in at your hip. Okay, there's like a whole dialogue that's happening with this leg here. I'm gonna go through it again. From the inner leg, hit out, roll the outside edge of your foot down, and pound that heel into the wall. Suck in at your outer hip. Okay, now everything you're doing here with this leg, now recreate it on the other leg, even though there's no wall there. So you want to create that firmness, the feedback that the wall is giving you on this side. Can you recreate it on this side? Okay, let's start like this. Lift your toes, spread them. Just again, to get that awareness. Now from the inner legs, hit out, roll the outside edges of both feet down, but big toe mound, keep it down. Don't let it lift. Again, inner thighs, hit out, outer edges of the feet, cut it down, and press that outer heel into the wall, imaginary wall, suck in at your outer hips. From here, one hand on the wall, other hand, reach it. Good. Utthita, hasta, padasana. Pause here, breathe. Okay, now add the legs of tadasana. Lift your kneecaps, lift your thighs, absolutely straighten your legs. Roll your shoulders down, lift your chest. Yes. Okay, release. And now to come back, you can heel toe yourself back together and stand in tadasana. Good. Okay, get the feedback now on the other side. So just turn yourself around and again a nice wide stance. Lift your toes, spread your toes, find the big toe mound, really press it down. That horseshoe shape of the heel, connect there. And now go for a little refinement here with the legs. From the inner legs, hit out, almost like you're trying to slide your legs away, but they won't move, right? From the inner leg, hit out, roll the edges of the feet down, push the wall, suck in at your outer hip. Feel it on the leg that's attached to the wall here, and then recreate it on this other side. Okay, stay with it here. Big toe mound, press it down, keep that, and then inner legs, hit out, almost like you're trying to make the room bigger, right? Push the wall away, suck in at the outer hips. One hand on the wall, other hand into the room. Drop your shoulders, lift your chest. Eyes steady, maintain these actions. And now, even more, combine everything we've been doing. Suck those kneecaps up. Lift your thighs up, drop your shoulders, and again, chest up. Breathe here. And then release. Okay, lower your arm, heel toe yourself back together, and stand in tadasana. Good. Pause here, and again, feel that sensitivity, that alertness in your legs. May even feel almost like a vibration kind of thing, vibrations happening. Yeah. Okay, and then release. Okay, moving on. Padasana. Okay, we're going to go for sideways presentation. So first off, start as before, one leg into the wall. Take a big step into the room here, and still you're beginning with the big toes facing this long edge of your mat here like this. Okay, and this back leg is working just as we did in the last pose. Okay, from the inner thigh, hit out, push your heel into the wall, suck that outer hip in. Kneecaps up, thighs up, all the basics. Okay, now from here, you can even extend the arm. On this other leg, I want you to just turn the leg out, right? And then turn it back. Okay, one motion. Turn the leg out, turn it back. 5 times. Turn it out, lift your kneecap, lift your thigh, externally rotate the leg, turn it back. And again, turn it out, lift the kneecap, lift your thigh, externally rotate, turn it back. Okay, keep going. One more. We've got 2 more times. Kneecap up, thigh up, externally rotate, lift that leg up more and more, and back. And again, turn the knee, turn the thigh, revolve, revolve, and back. And one more time for a good measure here. Okay, turn the knee out, turn the thigh out. Now lift the leg up, up, up. Okay, now all this focus on this leg. Are you still pushing the wall with the back leg? See, can you keep your mind in both places at the same time? Push the heel into the wall and lift and turn your thigh out. Good, and then release. Heel toe yourself back together and stand in tadasana. Okay, this much, second side. Stand with one leg into the wall and build this pose just as we did the last one. Okay, from the inner leg, hit out, push the outer heel into the wall, suck the hip in. Find that dialogue. Now from here, you're going to turn your other leg out. Okay, one motion, turn the leg out. Yeah, turn the knee, turn the thigh. And you know that the leg is turning if you look down at your knee and you see that the knee has actually turned, right? It shouldn't be facing the midline. It should be externally rotated. Revolve, revolve, revolve. And then bring it back, okay? And then go a couple more times here. Turn the leg out, turn the knee, turn the thigh, roll the buttock under. Now lift the leg up. Press the foot, kneecap up, thigh up, and then bring it back. Okay, and go again. Turn the leg out, turn the knee, turn the thigh. Distinguish these actions. Now lift your kneecap and thigh. Almost imagine that you want to lift the upper leg right off the lower leg. Lift up, and be here parsvakonasana, and then take it back. Now, 2 more times here. These last 2 times, focus on pushing your heel into the wall with the back leg. Suck this hip in. Keep your focus partially on that back leg and turn the opposite leg out. Now, externally rotate it. Turn the knee, turn the thigh. Check back in with the opposite leg. Push the wall, suck the hip. Do it all. Do it all. And then release. And last time here, push the wall with your back leg, turn your front leg out, revolve the knee, revolve the thigh, lift your chest. Good. And then release. Heel toe yourself back together and stand in tadasana. Breathe here. All right. We're gonna repeat hasta padasana, but we're gonna enter it in a slightly different way, okay? So place one leg against the wall, take a nice big step, and now this time, let's work with the hands on the hips. Let's try that, okay? Shoulders back, chest up. With the back leg, push into the wall, suck the hip in. This time on the front leg, instead of turning your foot in one motion, right, 90 degrees out, you're gonna take a two-step process, okay? So watch what happens. You turn your foot halfway, like 45 degrees. Then lift the heel, and now swivel. The toe mounts stay exactly where they were. Swivel the heel forward, even beyond the big toe, and then lift your kneecap, lift your thigh, straighten your leg. Parsvakonasana. Now when you look down, the heel of your front foot is in line with maybe the arch or the big toe of the back leg. And this will be handy for a lot of the standing poses, especially in the beginning, okay? Like this. All right, place it back, and let's try it again, okay? Back foot into the wall, maintain what we've been up to so far, right? Inner leg, hit out, push the heel, roll it down, push the heel, suck the hip in. Okay, now on the front leg, turn the foot 45 degrees, lift the heel, swivel the heel. Now turn the knee as you swivel, turn the thigh, lay the heel down. Now lift your kneecap up, lift your thigh up, straighten your leg. Last thing here, on the back leg here, the leg by the wall, shift it back and broaden yourself across your front pelvis. Parsvakonasana. Push the wall with your back leg, back heel, outer heel there, push. Rotate your front knee, rotate your front thigh out. Press the back thigh back, chest up. Good, and then release. Heel toe yourself back together and stand in tadasana. All right, second side here. Same idea. So for you, probably it's going to be your, well, it depends where your wall is. So that's why I'm not using right or left, but place your second leg against the wall and build that pose, build that foundation, that back leg here. From the inner thigh, hit out, roll the edge of the foot down, really press the heel, suck the hip in. Now, front leg, turn the foot 45 degrees. Swivel the heel forward, turn the thigh, turn the knee, turn the thigh, roll the buttock under, place the foot down, then lift your kneecap and thigh up as you fully straighten that leg. Yes, now anchor back through the back leg, right? It may have come forward as you were trying to adjust that front leg. So now move the thigh back and still roll the buttock under. Externally rotate that front thigh. Parsvakonasana. And then release, undo, come forward like this, and let's do it one more time still on this side. One foot into the wall, push the heel, suck the hip in. Yes, and then turn in two steps. Turn the toes out, swivel the heel under, externally rotate your leg as you do it. Now lift your kneecap, lift your thigh, straighten the leg. Take your mind back to the back leg, push the heel into the wall, and move that thigh back, roll the front buttock forward. Broaden across the front pelvis. Okay, and of course, drop the shoulders, lift your chest. There's so much, always, there's so much so many different things to check out, to explore here in this asana. Good, and then release, lower your arm. Walk your feet back together and stand in tadasana. Okay, we're going to carry forward with some more standing poses. Okay, next is Virabhadrasana 2. All right, we'll work with the wall again. So separate your legs, place your left leg against the wall, and take that nice big stance. Okay, and let's continue to work with this two-step process. Okay, you may have noticed that it helps to get into the hip socket there a little deeper, which can be quite helpful, quite penetrating, okay? So now from the inner thigh, hit out, push the left heel into the wall, suck the hip in. Two-step process on the right leg, turn the toes out, swivel the heel under, and externally rotate that right leg. Okay, kneecap up, thigh up, straighten your legs. You're in padasana. Okay, good. Okay, one hand on the wall, extend the other arm into the room. Now going from here into Virabhadrasana 2, suck your left hip into the body and bend your right knee. Turn your leg as you bend it and dip down. Dip down. Now you can look at your knee. If it's falling forward, you know it's not turning. Turn the knee out, roll the buttock under, and just like you did in parsvakonasana, anchor back through that left thigh. Broaden across the front pelvis. Drop your shoulders, lift your chest. And then stand yourself back up and turn your foot forward and then join your legs. Okay, now I've been suggesting you walk your feet together. However, if you have no knee issues, no back issues, and you want a little bit of energy, it's quite nice to jump back into the poses, in and out. Okay, so you can jump back into tadasana. It's uplifting. It can be quite nice. However, it depends on where you're at. How you practice depends on why you're practicing, right? So there's different things to keep in mind here. Just know it's an option. Okay, second side. This time, you're going to place your right leg into the wall and turn your left leg out. Okay, 2 steps. Turn the toes, swivel the heel under. Now back heel, push the wall, suck the hip in, externally rotate that left thigh out. Okay, arm to the side, chest up. Now suck your right hip into the body and bend your left knee. As you bend your knee, turn it. Turn the knee, turn the thigh, roll the buttock under. Now anchor back through the right thigh and roll that left buttock under. Virabhadrasana 2. Breathe, shoulders down, chest up, and then come back up. Turn your foot forward and either walk or jump back, tadasana. Okay, repeat. Left leg into the wall. Turn your right leg out. You're getting the hang of it. You can go a little bit faster here. Revolve and suck this hip in. Bend your knee. Come to where we left off here. Okay, now the challenge here. Can you keep your mind in both places at the same time? So as you bend this knee, first off, are you leaning? Check that. Shift back, okay? Keep this hand, probably abandon the elbow, keep that, and fingertips on the wall. Now also let the wall be a prop. Have you fell, right? Is the small toe side of the foot still pushing the wall? Press that heel, press, don't let it come apart, and descend into this buttock here. Dip down, rotate that right thigh out. Push the wall with your left heel, sit down into your right buttock, lift your chest up. Good. And then push the wall with the back leg, keep that stability, straighten your legs, turn your toes forward and jump back, tadasana. Okay, second side. Right foot into the wall and turn your left leg out. Nice big stance here. Push the wall with your back heel, suck the hip in, bend your knee. Turn the leg as you bend. Rotate your thigh out, okay? Come to where we left off. Then go for the refinement. So push with your mind, be in your heel, push the wall there. Don't let that foot come away from the wall and sit down into your left buttock more. Sit down there. That's it. Okay, now anchor back through the right hip and roll that right buttock under. Virabhadrasana 2. Find the width across your front pelvis and broaden your collarbones, reach into your fingers. Okay, see that you're upright. So a lot of times when you bend the knee, you lean. Okay, adjust, adjust, figure out where you are in space. And then push the wall with the back foot, straighten your front leg, heel toe yourself back, and step or jump your legs back together. Stand in tadasana. Find your breath. Steady yourself. Stabilize. Next up is Utthita trikonasana, also a standing pose. We will again use the wall for the back leg as a starting place, and you may also need a brick. Okay, so you can use what you've got here. I'll show a few alternatives and how to figure out how much height you need, right? What height of the brick to use, and if maybe you need something taller like a chair, okay? But to begin with here, start with your left leg, once again, at the wall. Separate your legs and take that same stance that we've been working with, that two-step process. Turn your right foot 45 degrees out, just halfway out. Glue the toe mounds down, lift the heel, swivel forward so you turn right from the hip socket, place the foot down. Now lift your kneecaps, lift your thighs, straighten both legs. From here, push your left heel into the wall and suck your left hip in. On the right foot, press down into the foot there, lift your kneecap, lift your thigh, rotate your thigh out. Externally, both legs in fact, turn your thighs out. Okay, press back through the left thigh, roll the right buttock under. Now from here, extend the right arm to the side and maintaining these actions in the legs, hinge from the hip, okay, from here. Extend, and as if you were sort of sliding your hand across the countertop, reach, reach, reach. Turn your abdomen away from your front leg to the left and slide your palm further away. Reach, 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 and then lower your arm down and see where it goes. This is going to tell you how much height you need. So from here, right, you see how much height you need. If I go too low, my body's going to be facing the floor. I'm doing almost like a forward bend. We want this trikonasana here to be open like so. Okay, so be generous with yourself. Take whatever it is that you need, like so. Keep the top hand on your hip, wrap the elbow back, throw the chin back a little bit. This is the shape of the pose, okay? And then finally, you'll take your arm up. Push your back heel into the wall. Inhale and swing back up. Turn your foot forward, heel toe, or jump your legs back together. Okay, so I introduced a few of the ideas just to show you there. Let's do this much on the second side, and we'll continue to work with it, okay? If you found that the brick was appropriate for you, great, good, work with it. If you want something higher, if you have two bricks, you could put one flat brick on the bottom and then, raise one up over top. That can be effective as well. You can also use the seat of a chair. It's usually higher and quite effective. All right. This time, right leg is into the wall. Two-step process, turn your left leg out. Turn your knee, turn your thigh, straighten your legs. Now, as you turn the left leg out, check in with the right leg and anchor back. Push the heel into the wall, turn both thighs away from the midline. Maintain all of this, extend your left arm and lift the leg up into the socket and hinge at the hip. Reach the arm, extend, 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 and lower the arm down and see. What height do you need? Okay, now you can see here, I'm actually using my fingertips. I haven't dropped my hand, my wrist fully to the brick. Working on the fingertips is a nice technique because it insists that you use your legs. Okay, you can't rely on just putting the weight on your hands. So I suggest starting with that. Fingertips on the brick, push the wall with your back heel, anchor back, and then roll the left buttock under, turn your abdomen from left to right. Wrap that right elbow back, chin up a little bit, be here, breathe, and then extend your top arm up even more. Okay, this bottom shoulder blade, why not roll it down your back as well? Okay, now stabilize your back foot into the wall and lift yourself back up. Turn your foot forward, heel toe yourself back, and stand in tadasana. Pause here, breathe. Good. Okay, let's do this a second time. Now, for those of you for whom this was working, it may not have been easy, but it was totally workable, then repeat that. Go ahead, same presentation. Back foot at the wall, into the room. Okay? If that was not feeling so good, okay, I want to show how you can work with your whole body against the wall. And for anyone who's having some issues with balance, stability, this is a really, really nice way to work. Okay, so first off, move your mat to the wall. Okay, now if you're fortunate enough to have the corner, then by all means, you can still put the back foot against the wall. But if you don't, that's fine. Just have back body against the wall. Separate your legs nice and wide, and now you're here, right? Move your left leg so that the heel touches up against the wall, okay? Turn the right foot out, turn the knee, turn the thigh in that two-step process. Now anchor back through the left thigh, externally rotate your right leg out, and from here, hinge at the hip, reach to the right side, and then go down. You certainly can have a brick there. You can also, I'm going to move my rope out of the way, you can also just place your hand on the wall. Okay, top hand here on the hip, and now roll yourself back to the wall. And what's so beautiful here about this presentation is that the wall is giving you feedback. You can feel here how the right buttock is touching the wall. Can you move the right buttock away from the wall and roll the left buttock towards the wall? Okay, and then eventually you can also take your other arm up. Pretend like you have a wall at your left foot, cut it down, move the left thigh back, roll the right buttock under, and rotate your abdomen to the left. Chin up a little, Utthita trikonasana. And then roll the edge of that left foot down sharply. Inhale, swing yourself back up, heel toe yourself back, and tadasana again. Breathe. Okay, now I'm just thinking, you know, I said if you were able to, you should still work with your back foot at the wall and do as we did before. But now I'm taking that back because, in fact, if you have the opportunity to work with your whole back against the wall like this, it's very informative. So I do recommend that you try it regardless, okay? It's very informative. All right, second attempt, whichever one you're doing, so that you're even. This time, if you've got the back body against the wall, you're going to start here with your right heel right up against the wall, and then two-step process with the left leg. Turn the left foot out, roll the heel under, okay? Anchor back through the right hip, externally rotate both thighs, but especially look to see that this knee is turning. Okay, and then right hand on your hip, extend the left arm, and as you lift the left leg up into the hip socket, extend, extend. Reach to the left, maintain this length on the underside of the body, and then lower your arm. Remember, it's not a forward bend. Find that openness in your Utthita trikonasana. It's okay how, it doesn't matter how low you go, right? Can you find a sense of evenness? And again, pretend like there's a wall at your back foot, outer heel, cut it down, Yes, and then anchor back through that right thigh and roll the left buttock under. Roll it under. Yes, the wall may be touching that left buttock. Move it away from the wall and turn your abdomen. That's it. And then extend the arm up. Okay, breathe here. Take a few breaths. Be firm on your legs. Okay, and then outer edge of the foot. That's going to give you the stability to come up with straight legs. Outer edge of the foot, cut it down and swing yourself up. Swing up. Turn your foot forward, heel toe yourself back, and again, stand in tadasana. All right, we have one more standing pose to cover at this time. Utthita parsvakonasana. And in a way, it's a combination of the last two asanas that we've done. Okay, in some way, it's a culmination of all of the poses that we've done in this practice thus far. All right, so again, begin with your left foot into the wall. Take that nice big stance and open your legs up like so. Okay, we're going again for that two-step process. And so turn your right foot out halfway, glue the toe mounds. Now swivel the heel forward. Check to see, have you got heel to arch or even heel to big toe alignment? That's what you're looking for. Okay, turn your right leg out, knee, thigh. Yes, and then lift your kneecaps, lift your thighs, straighten your legs to begin with here. Okay. Push your your left heel into the wall, suck your left hip in. From here, extend the arm, and with this hip sucking in, bend your knee for Virabhadrasana 2. Okay, you've done this. Mind stays in the back leg. Push the wall, but dip down into that right buttock. From here, now add an element of trikonasana. Hinge to the right. Yes, hinge to the right from the hip. Lengthen the underside of your body. Really go for it. Push the wall with your back heel. Reach, reach, reach. Then lower your arm and just fill the space with your brick or the chair, whatever you're using. Now press your leg against your arm against your leg, and turn your abdomen from right to left. That's it. Push the wall with your back heel, arm against leg, leg against arm, turn your abdomen to the left. Now from here, take your left thumb and stick it in your armpit. Okay, stick it in your armpit. Now draw the elbow close to the body and then up towards your face. Keep the elbow as close towards the face as you can and extend the arm over your ear. Yes, from the outer edge of your left foot, straight through to your middle finger, extend. Turn yourself a little more. Okay, good. Push the wall with your back heel, and then swing yourself up. Heel toe yourself back, yes, or jump back, tadasana. Breathe, settle yourself, stabilize. Okay. I hope you can see there's elements in there of all the different things that we've done. Okay, second side. This time, right foot goes into the wall, big stance, two-step process. Turn your left foot out, draw the heel under, rotate your legs out. Right leg to the right, left leg to the left. That thigh, right? Rotate it. Okay, now keeping your mind in both ends of the body, both sides of the body at the same time. Push the heel into the wall, suck the hip in, bend your left knee. Virabhadrasana 2. As soon as you bend, check to see you haven't fallen away from the wall. Push into the wall and bend your knee. Okay, now going into Utthita parsvakonasana, extend your arm and then hinging at the hip. Push the wall, stay with that, and slide the palm across an imaginary countertop. Reach. At the same time, turn yourself to the right. Turn the abdomen, turn the ribs, and then lower the arm, and then create this fulcrum. Press the arm against the leg, but leg back into the arm, and roll that left buttock under. Push the wall with your right heel. Don't forget that. Now, right thumb comes into the armpit, the elbow is up. Draw the elbow close to the body and then close to your face. Yes, now keep that there and unfold the lower arm. Push the wall with your outer right foot there. Extend into your right fingertips. Now press your left leg against your arm, arm against the leg, and turn yourself to the right even more. Hold it, breathe. And now stabilize again. Push the wall and swing yourself back up, heel toe yourself back, jump back, tadasana. Breathe, stabilize, steady yourself. That's it. Okay, now again, we'll repeat. And you can repeat exactly as we've just done, or I'd like to show you how you can work with the chair. Okay, there's many different ways. This is just one way. Okay, get ready for round 2. Left leg into the wall, take a nice big step into the room, and align your legs for Utthita parsvakonasana. Push the wall with your left heel. Right leg, 2-step process, externally rotate from the hip. Okay, suck the left hip in, bend your knee, Virabhadrasana, 2. Okay, now here I've got the chair. And so this is for folks for whom maybe when you hinge, there's not so much hinging, right? It's just not coming quite yet. Not a problem. Sometimes it's a structural thing. No big deal. Okay, so you're here, extend the arm and reach to your ability and then lower the arm. Maybe this is it, right? So in my structure, I can go a little lower. That's how it is for me. Trust me, for you, you'll find your win, right? We each have poses that come more easily, more naturally to our structures. Take the win when you get it, and don't fret, don't sweat it when it's a pose where you need a modification. Please, please. Okay, so the chair seat is higher height. This may work for you. Press your leg against the chair, press the arm as if you were pushing back into your leg, and turn yourself away from that bent leg. Still dip down as much as you can. Okay, and then the arm, same thing. You can still reach, still reach. And then push the wall with the back leg, swing yourself back up. Okay, this chair for me, to be fully frank, it's a bit too high, so my pose is not quite how I'd like it to be. It's not working for me, but it's quite an effective tool for some of you, right? For different, maybe taller folks who might have some stiffness in the hips, and even if you're just a little bit unsteady, unsure at the beginning, okay, it can be a nice way to work. Okay, go ahead, do the second side so that you've got 2 rounds of each standing pose. And these repetitions are important, okay? Repeating is good for your mind, good for your cells, good for the overall experience in your yoga practice. Okay, right leg is into the wall now. 2-step process, turn the left leg out, hip in, start from Virabhadrasana 2, bend the knee. Hip in, externally rotate that left leg. Okay, the chair now is going to be at your left side, and hinge to the left and lower your arm down. Roll that thigh out, roll the left leg out, and you can even, if the height is appropriate, you can hit back against the chair. Okay, now because this chair seat's a little high for me, it's hard to get the shoulder down, but you know, give it a go, get the shoulder blade down. And then for the full pose, take the thumb into your armpit there, lift the elbow way up and extend. Make that straight line from the outer edge of the right heel to the middle finger, extend. And turn your abdomen to the right. Stay low in that left buttock and turn yourself. Mind in the back heel, mind in the front foot, rotate. Okay, push the wall, swing yourself up, and then heel toe yourself back together. Stand in tadasana. Okay, good work. After all those standing poses, let's take a supported Urdhva Svanasana, a lifted Urdhva Svanasana, a little bit of traction after those standing poses, and then we're gonna wind down, okay? So place your chair, use a chair, something with height, against the wall so it's nice and stable, and then you're gonna take grip. You're gonna hold the sides of the chair here and walk back. Okay, walk back here and adjust yourself so that the legs are angular, right? As opposed to being right under you, like tadasana. You want to step back far enough that your legs are angular here. Okay, and if you're a little stiff in the ankles, it's fine. Your heels can stay up, but do your best here to adjust to the back of the toe mounds and reach those heels back and down. Okay, now lift your kneecaps, lift your thighs, and press those thighs back. The way that you're gripping the chair, you're holding the sides, which is good. Rotate your upper arms in that direction, and from the hips, lift up and back more. So again, see, can you create that dialogue from the wrist to the hip? Okay, so I'm just gonna point here. You don't wanna get stuck, cut off at the armpit. Right? This is one line, this is another line. Can you make it a direct communication to the hips so that this angle is disappeared? Okay, instead of being here, can you be like this? Okay, hips up and back. And then just let the neck be neutral, ears level between your upper arms. Rotate those upper arms from inside out again, hips up and back, press your thighs back, knees back, breathe. And then release. Slowly walk forward, stand yourself up, tadasana. Okay, now in case it's not completely clear, when you're holding the chair here, the idea is you're holding the chair like this, which means that the arms are rolling in that direction. You're holding, that's the direction they're being encouraged. So go with that. Roll the upper arms from the inside out. Externally rotate. Okay, let's go one more time and hold close to these pieces of the chair here, right? Instead of way up here, hold closer back there. Okay, and rotate those upper arms even as you're getting into the pose. Step back, and then lift those hips up and back. You can lift your heels first to get the hips high, and then keeping those hips lifted, reach your heels back and then down. Okay, lift your kneecaps, lift your thighs, move those thighs back, and as if someone's holding you at the corners of the hips, reach up and back. Push the chair, hips up and back. Keep the neck soft, right? No gripping. Neutral. And breathe. That's it. And then release carefully, slowly, walk forward, and stand yourself back upright. Okay. You're going to end your practice now in Savasana, and the Savasana that I'll show here is we're using a chair, so let's continue to use that. You'll elevate your legs on the chair, and then it would also be nice to have a blanket for your neck, okay, for your head. So you don't want to have too much support underneath your neck when you lie in Savasana, but you do want to feel comfortable. And that, you know, the natural curve of the neck there is supported. Okay? The main idea here is that when you lie down, you take the shoulder blades away from the neck, and you don't want the chin going up in Savasana. Okay? If there's some tightness back here, that can happen. So how much height do you need underneath the neck there so that it can feel long and supported, the back of the neck. Okay, and then roll the shoulder blades down your back again, get that width, and then use your chair and adjust it so that your calves are supported. Okay, now some chairs, the seat of the chair is angled, is slightly angled, and so I have found that if you turn the chair backwards like this, the heels can also touch something, which tends to be a little bit more calming than just having them floating in the air. Okay, both really do work, so depending on what kind of chair you're using, you can figure that out, but just let the calves rest in this manner. Okay, and then release through your arms. Okay, release everything. You can make a little adjustment here. Just pull the buttock flesh away from the waist so that the abdomen can also soften and the lower back feels nice. Okay, release any tension in your face and just breathe. Okay, the hard work is over. Just be here. Take a few conscious breaths and allow everything that you've done in your practice today to just seep a little more deeply into your cells. You're no longer trying, you're no longer doing. Just quite literally allow your cells to absorb the practice. Now you're welcome to stay in Savasana for however long you feel you need just to recover, to reassemble, to re-engage. But when you're done with your Savasana, there is a specific way to come out so that you can retain the benefits of the practice. Okay, so if you're new to the practice, please have a look and listen. Okay, so you're going to be in your Savasana here, and then when it's time to come out, take a few conscious inhalations, just start to come to the surface, so to speak. Then you're going to bring your knees a little bit more towards your chest, raise the right arm up, and then roll onto the right side, and just catch your right ear in your right hand. And then pause on the right side. Okay, make sure your eyes are open, let them open gently. And now keep the neck muscles soft. So avoid pulling, for example, from the chin. Okay? Head is heavy, neck muscles soft, and then use your left hand, push into the floor, and with the head coming up last, bring yourself up to a seated position. Okay, and in that way, all of the tension that was released in your Savasana at the end remains. You're not tensing as you sort of pop back up. Okay? All right, that is it